Man, Chip Washington, it's real talk. Man, it's real talk with your main Chip Washington. When it comes to information, the man got an arsenal. Bring you up to speed with what you need. He's a local and nationwide news feed. Let's talk about it. Dialect to do something about it. Chip got the flow wide open if you got questions about it. Man, it's the show that brings you to your raw. To solve all problems, it starts with real talk. Real talk. It's 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 real talk. Yeah. Welcome to Real Talk with your host, Chip Washington. It's real talk. It's real talk. It's real talk.
And here we go on this beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, Monday evening in the city, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6 o'clock straight up, which means it is time, once again, for an all-new live edition of Real Talk Memphis. Glad to have you with us on this evening. I am your humble host. My name is Chip Washington. Glad to be here, and I want to say at the top, thank you. All of you folks out there who support this radio station, who listen to this radio station faithfully, and more importantly, supported our effort through Pledge Week last week. The station reached its goal, and I got to tell you, this station is becoming more of a habit around here, and I wanted to throw my little thank yous in. I know all the brass did as well, but again, we can't do what we do without you and your support, so we really appreciate it. We reached 100%, and wonderful. As far as we are concerned, we're back to what we generally do on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. around here, which is a nice little talk show. We have 3 great guests this evening. I will detail for you in just a moment. But for those of you who continually ask how you get this fine piece of radio broadcasting, well, there are several ways to do it. Right now we're live on 91.7 on your FM dial. That would be WYXR. You can hear us. We are also on the WYXR app. You can find us on the TuneIn app this evening, and we are on Facebook Live. We'll be live streaming the show here in just a little bit, and of course, the next couple of days as a podcast. Did you know we were a podcast? We are. You can find us on YouTube, the audio version, and once the show posts, you can find us on every platform that does podcast out there, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite podcast site will carry us. Just put in Real Talk Memphis or Real Talk Memphis with Chip, and it'll pop right up, and you'll be able to hear the broadcast. We make it simple for you around here. Appreciate that. So in terms of our show this evening, our first guest in just a few minutes will be Sarah Houston, a.k.a. the Water Warrior. There's a lot going on in the news about XAI and water and groundwater and a lot of other things, and I felt it was time to bring her back to explain all of that to us and kind of fill us in on the 411, so to speak. So she'll be joining me in just a couple of minutes. A little bit later on, we are going to be talking with the Shelby County Election Commission administrator. Her name is Linda Phillips. In case you didn't know, there's an election going on right now in the county, and it's a big one. This is early voting that will go through this Saturday before Election Day on May 5th. And Linda is going to come in and give us a checkup, let us know how many of you have hit the poll so far. If there's anything that folks have questions about or don't quite know about, she's got the answers. So she'll join us a little bit later on. And in the second half hour, how many of you are familiar with the show, the singing show called The Voice? Show of hands? Yeah, The Voice, right? So a Memphian, once again, made the cut. Did not win the thing, did not win the finals, but made the cut. And that's hard enough. And he's going to join us on our show in the second half hour. His name is K.J. Willis. And that boy can sing, I tell you that. And he's also a barber. So if you need a good chop up, a trim or, whatever, a fade, anything like that, he can handle that as well. So he's going to come on the show and talk to us about his experience on this national broadcast. And, what, if anything, is next? Does he keep the barber chair? Does he give it up for touring? What's he going to do? We'll find out all of that a little bit later on. So that is a rundown of the big broadcast today. But first, as always, we like to celebrate your trip around the sun. We can't take that for granted, ladies and gentlemen. Birthdays are a very special thing. And if you are lucky enough to round and round and round and come back around to it, then you deserve a shout out. And that's what we do on this radio broadcast. But I can't do any of that until I say, hit it, Bren. No. Happy birthday to the following folks. Happy birthday to the following folks on today. Angela Jackson. You may know that name. If you listen to this radio station, you do. She has a show on Wednesday mornings here. Angela Jackson. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Angela. Tarika Cleave celebrating her birthday today. Jessica Schleppman celebrating a birthday today, as is Carolette Thomas and TJ McCrae. So listen, I hope you all had a wonderful day. It was your birthday, for God's sake, and I hope that you had some, cake and ice cream, and you celebrated and you enjoyed your trip around the sun. From all of us here at Real Talk Memphis, happy birthday to each and every one. And if the Lord says so, we hope to be with you next year for your next trip around the sun. Thanks, Brent. All right, so let's get into some news and notes here. And many of you who have been following the saga of the Memphis and Shelby County Schools takeover by the state legislature, well, that committee has been done. Basically, they came to an agreement to move it forward now to a final vote. And that means that the state will have pretty much, full authority on what happens day to day in the Memphis and Shelby County School District. They should have a House full vote in the House and the Senate sometime next couple of days. And this basically means that they will appoint, not elect, appoint 9 people to oversee the day-to-day operations of the Memphis and Shelby County School District, rendering our board basically helpless. But we will see how all of this shakes out. So now that you know that it is happening and it will be law and a bill in the next couple of days, how you feel about that? That would be interesting to know. How do you feel about this potential takeover? So we'll have to wait and see how all of that unfolds. In the meantime, it was a very, it was a little tragedy over the weekend. Many of you probably heard about the 18-year-old young man, who was killed at a Whitehaven gas station, shot and killed early yesterday morning after attending his prom. It was at a gas station over in Whitehaven, and a car pulled up and fired shots, and he was unfortunately killed. His name was LaDanian Cathy, and there are no suspects as yet, but this is another example of senseless violence, especially perpetrated on our young people. Speaking of, about a week or two ago during Ditch Day down at Shelby Farms, you remember a 17-year-old boy got shot, and he eventually died from his injuries. Corian Bean was his name. An arrest has been made in that case. There were about 200 students out there that day at the park enjoying Ditch Day and hanging out and whatever. And somebody fired a shot and it struck this young man, and he was killed. Let me see here. I'm sorry. I didn't forget anything. He's a minor. He's 16 years of age. So a 17-year-old was killed by a 16-year-old. They have not obviously identified him, as they don't generally do in cases like this, unless they decide they want to charge him as an adult. He was, of course, charged with first-degree murder, aggravated assault, and a whole lot of other charges for killing this young man. Sad. And many of you probably heard about what happened in Shreveport, Louisiana yesterday, where a man shot and killed 8 of his 9 children and the cousin. Apparently there was a domestic dispute that spawned all of this, that this particular individual, his name is Shamar Elkins, got into it, I guess, with his wife and decided to wipe out his whole family. He also shot the wife, injured her, and shot her friend as well. Most of the children were his, by the way. The law enforcement authorities found him, shot him, and killed him. So again, this happened. Obviously, he was having some issues. Clearly, got into it with the wife. Clearly, and took it out on his family. So just a terrible, terrible, tragic situation. And I bring these things up because it is important to not act as if we need to ignore things that happen out here, okay? Because there are many people who are going through a lot of stress and a lot of emotion and a lot of things that they're dealing with on a daily basis. But this is not the way to handle those situations. And at the end of the day, we're left with that one question, which is why? And we will never, in this case, we will never know. But again, sad set of circumstances there. And finally, as I mentioned at the top of the show, and we'll have a guest to talk about it in just a few minutes, Linda Phillips, early voting is going on right now. It will go on until this Saturday. You have until Saturday to get your early vote on. I hear that the numbers look fairly decent for early voting, but how does that translate into the general, which is May 5th? We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But right now, let us take a break. And when we come back, let's get into the show, shall we? We have some interesting conversations to get into. So let's do it. I'm Chip. You know who you are. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
April is Jazz Month at Crosstown Arts. It's a month-long celebration of jazz, from classical to experimental, honoring a musical form with deep roots in Memphis. We'll feature local and touring groups with ticketed and free performances and talks. Jazz Month at Crosstown Arts is an entry point for both new listeners and jazz aficionados alike. Jazz Month continues with upcoming performances from Adam Larson Quartet featuring Cortland Whalem and jazz guitarist Jocelyn Gould, the Memphis Jazz Orchestra featuring trombonist Michael Deese. We'll wrap up the month with Southern Comfort Jazz Orchestra with the University of Memphis Jazz Singers, followed by Echo Party album release featuring Steve Hirsch and friends. More information and full listings are at jazzmonth.wyxr.org.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Amy.
We host Sonosphere every Monday
From 4 to 5
so tune in
on WYXR.
91.7.
Hey, this is Jerry, and you're listening to WYXR 91.7 FM Memphis. My show, Without a Net Radio, coming to you from 8 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night. I'll be playing you some good music. Tune in and listen.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
We're back on Real Talk Memphis. How you doing? I'm sorry. We were talking about stuff here. That's okay. It's technical stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show. And it is my pleasure to welcome back my very good friend. We've not talked in a while, but whenever we think about issues concerning water, we think about her. She is affectionately known as the Water Warrior because she fights for us, ladies and gentlemen, and she's back with some issues about XAI we all need to learn about and know about. Please welcome to the show, Sarah Houston. Hi, friend.
Hey, Chip. Good to be back.
It's good to see you. Absolutely good to see you. And so lately here we've had a bit of an issue that has come up with XAI and something to do with water and an agreement of building a facility that they're pushing back on. So do me a favor, walk us through this thing like I'm a second grader so we can understand exactly what the issue is and what causes you a bit of concern.
Yes, absolutely. So I know everyone's been talking about XAI for, coming up on 2 years now. It's almost been 2 years since that first facility was announced.
Wow.
And if y'all remember, when it was announced, we only thought it was going to be the one data center. Now they're talking about 3, with the second one being built out. And we all know data centers use a lot of power and they use a lot of water to cool the supercomputer.
Okay.
So when that first one was announced, they said, hey, we're going to need at least 1 million gallons of water a day. And our mayor, because the people have been advocating for years, our mayor said, hey, don't drill a well into the aquifer because the community will fight you. Absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
They said, you can buy your water from MLGW, which does come from the aquifer. But because XAI-1 is right next door to the city's wastewater plant and right across the street from TVA's power plant, they said, hey, you're right in the perfect location to help us get this wastewater recycling plant built. So instead of using aquifer water, they would then be using the wastewater we flush down the toilet, clean it up a little bit more, and use that water for cooling.
Okay.
So, from day one, that's what they said they were going to do on XAI-1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did we say at Protect Our Aquifer? We said, prove it. So it's like you can't take them for their word. And so there's been a lot of work over this past year and a half to figure out how do we hold them accountable to this promise. And one of the big things that we did was during the land sale was get some language put into that agreement. But I'll pause there. That's what we supposedly we were going to get.
Okay.
And now it's on an indefinite pause.
So is there and the reasons for this indefinite pause? Have they explained that to you all that it makes sense or? What?
Yeah, well, making sense. I don't know about that, but we have heard. So here's like the gist of what we've heard is that, MLGW said we've priced this thing out. It's going to cost $200 million. They said no, we can do it for $80 million. It's like, all right, have at it. So it's under construction right now. Like they have put a lot of money already into it. We've heard from some XAI officials as much as $100 million has already gone into buying the equipment, buying the land, laying the pipe. You go over to the site now, like you can see work's been done, but they're way over the $80 million mark. So they were told, top down that they needed to find efficiencies. And so I asked, is that in the water treatment process? Is that in the construction process? Like, what does that really mean? And it was just said, we just need to find efficiencies. So the latest thing that was been actually tweeted by Elon was that, hey, we need to focus on getting Colossus 2 up and running and stable before we finish out the water plant. And that does not make any sense to us, and that is not an excuse because this water plant has nothing to do with Colossus 2. Colossus 2 is still on the aquifer also. So this water plant is really just to service Colossus 1, and we're like, finish the job, get the substation built, close down these gas turbines that are polluting Boxtown, and finish the water plant and get off the aquifer. Then XAI1 is really done. And that's what we're pushing them to do, is finish the job.
So, for whatever particular reason, efficiencies, as you quoted,
Yep.
for them not to finish this job. I mean, so what do you? Okay, so what you see this as a problem? You all see this as a bit of a problem. Finish one project before you start another project here. But I mean, are there some things that you have to look ahead and forecast as you see these things coming that could cause a big problem in terms of our water in particular, with them not fulfilling their obligation to finish what they started?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, where they're getting their water from right now is our aquifer, and it's MLGW well field. It's the well field in Boxtown that Byhalia Pipeline was trying to come through. So you remember that?
I do.
Yes. So this is the same area, and this infrastructure, this is really important, that we have all these major industries like TVA and XAI pumping from this one area that also services residents. And the concern here is that, number one, you're sucking down legacy pollution. We've got coal ash and arsenic and stuff we don't want in the drinking water supply. But in the shorter term, it also means that, you know, when we have the next, like, you know, hot summer day or winter crisis and TVA is going full blast, they're pumping 7 million gallons of water a day. And that can start to compete with residents for water, just like we saw in the December 2022 rolling blackouts. Remember those?
Yes.
That was a big, horrible deal where TVA needed so much water for power. Meanwhile, we've got boil water notice, broken water mains. So MLGW had to make a decision, water for people or water for power. And that's a scenario we cannot continue to have. And that's why we need this water plant, is not just to get XAI off the aquifer, but to get TVA too, so that the community's drinking water supply and our aquifer are protected into the future.
So what are the options here? I mean, what's on? You know, we know what's on the table now, and that was a very, very thorough explanation that you gave us there. Okay, so where do we go? So what are the options do we have? You know, we're looking at, you talking about MLGW, you're talking about things that could happen, natural disasters that could happen, that could just topple this whole thing. You know, so what comes next in all of this? Because as we talked off air, the mayor made a little noise about this, and he said, "Hey, well, hold on. You know, we have an agreement here, and you need to stick to the agreement that you made, because it really does have a great bearing on how we move forward in terms of our drinking water." Correct?
Yes, you're exactly right. And this is one of the challenges. So let me go big picture real quick. Our aquifer, groundwater. It is not managed by the federal government like rivers and surface water. So groundwater is up to local communities to protect and figure out. So that makes this whole thing really messy too, because it's not one entity in charge. You know, we're trying to get XAI to pay for it and build a thing. MLGW currently is servicing the water. Chamber of Commerce has their special liaison to XAI. They said that they promised they would do it. You have the Shelby County Health Department. You've got City Council, all these players, right?
Yeah.
So what are the next steps? The immediate next step is we want folks to reach out to their city council member and say, hey, that land sale agreement that we caused a whole big ruckus about a year ago in February 2025, we got a reversion clause in that. And what that means is we got some language, legal language in that agreement that said, if y'all don't make significant construction within 1 year, the city can buy that land back.
Oh.
So we need the city attorney on record telling the people, where are we at with that agreement and how do we leverage that? The other thing we need to do is get Mayor Young, who is very frustrated about this announcement, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Continue that frustration, sir, and let's channel it into action. And we need to get him and city council and others to hold a public hearing. And we need everybody to have a chance to hear from all of these players. What are these options, and how are they leveraging their power to get the job done? Now, this is something where we got kind of like two things going on. We have the immediate, get this water plant built, back on track. We need a timeline from XAI.
Right.
But also, what are these lessons learned? This is not the first time Memphis has been duped by billionaires. We made these sweet deals, but none of this was a contract in writing beyond that little clause that we were able to advocate for in the land sale agreement. So what could we have done on the front end? What could our decision makers done on the front end to make this truly mandatory, legally binding mandatory, versus now we got to fight to make sure it happens. So this is a tale of Memphis that we want to turn around and make sure that the community is getting a good deal on the front end. And we know with XAI that has not been the case from day one. And this water plant pause, quote unquote, is another reason to be concerned. So call your city council member. And also, you can come out to a happy hour next week. We're having a little happy hour. We'll be talking all about XAI.
Happy. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well,
we'll be at Ghost River Brewing Wednesday, the 29th, 4 to 7 p.m. So come party with us.
This is a serious thing. I mean, listen. This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
And once again, the public who wasn't all excited about any of this in the first place, now you can come together and go, see, there was a reason for all of this. And now it's the time, as you said, to not sit back, but to take action if you care about it, because it's too important not to care about it. Am I correct?
Exactly. You nailed it.
Well, listen, thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for explaining all of this to us. This is something that bears watching, and I will be watching you and leaning on you to kind of keep us updated on where things stand in all of this, because, as you said very eloquently, all of us have a stake in what happens here. All of us do. So
we really do. Well, thanks, Chip. Thanks for elevating this issue, and appreciate the opportunity, and let's keep pushing. Let's make this thing happen.
Absolutely, my friend. Sarah Houston, ladies and gentlemen, the executive director of Protect Our Aquifer. Great to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
You too, man. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So you know what? That was a very good, detailed explanation of what this is all about. And when you start messing around with water that many people would consider here in Memphis and Shelby County pristine, this is when you need to start to lift up your voices and use them in the appropriate manner. We really appreciate her coming on the show and laying that out for us. Let's take a break, and when we come back, let's talk something a lot of you don't want to talk about, which is the elections, okay? It's election time, and you should want to do your civic duty. We will find out what has gone on so far with our election administrator, Linda Phillips, after the break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
If you like real talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page, and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
I'm Patrick Tamburino, host of the Techno Strategist podcast. Join me as we navigate the ever-evolving world of IT managed services and beyond. We'll explore everything from selecting the ideal tech partner to the forefront of cutting-edge technologies, all infused with my own unique perspective and hopefully a touch of humor. Don't forget to tune in to the Techno Strategist on the WYXR podcast network. For more information, head over to WYXR.org.
Join me, Jim Duckworth, for an hour of classic jazz every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. on a show I call Riding in Rhythm, right here on WYXR 91.7 FM in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hi there, 1D here on Gospel Talk back in the day, playing great gospel music and talking to artists from the past. Tune me in every Saturday from 12 o'clock noon until 2 o'clock p.m. on 91.7 FM Memphis.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Amy.
We host Sonosphere every Monday
From 4 to 5
so tune in
on WYXR
91.7.
Hello, friends. Are you craving a soundtrack for the supernatural? The Witching Hour is your answer. Tune in every Monday, 11 p.m. to midnight. Lock your doors, dim the lights, and let the music summon the spirits. only on WYXR.
Hey, it's Mac Man from your Mac Man Music Show. Tune in every Wednesday at 5 to 6 for the best in all kinds of soul, rhythm and blues, jazz, a little hip hop, and all kinds of music on WYXR 91.7 FM.
There's really nothing better than a box of records, not even a bottle of beer. Drinks are gone in a matter of minutes, but vinyl just won't disappear.
Hi there, this is Zach Ives. My show, A Box of Records, plays every Tuesday night, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., right here on WYXR 91.7 FM, Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey now. It's your pal Robert Gordon from Tuesday afternoons at the Idle Hour. I don't know how to work the controls. I don't know what I'm going to play. And no one's going to make you listen. See you there.
Woman's intuition, woman's prerogative. Sometimes only a woman's point of view will do. Listen to Valley of the Dolls, Sunday, 1 to 2 p.m. on WYXR 91.7 FM. A chance to hear a woman's thoughts and feelings.
Looking for a school that prepares your students to excel in college and in life? Freedom Prep Academy has 5 campuses in Westwood and Whitehaven, ready to welcome new students. The Mill Branch campus is a Tennessee Rewards school for the 3rd year running, and all 5 campuses hold Level 5 status. Enrollment is now open for the 2026-2027 school year. Join the movement of freedom, where every student's story matters and every journey leads to success. You can call 901-498-1849 or visit freedomprep.org.
Support for WYXR comes from West Tennessee Best Buddies, presenting the Memphis Friendship Walk on Sunday, April 12th at Shelby Farms. This free, all-ages community event celebrates Best Buddies programs across West Tennessee with food, games, and opportunities to connect with nonprofits serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. More information and registration at bestbuddiesfriendshipwalk.com/Memphis.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Monday evening in the city. Chip with you. And my next guest is one we turn to anytime there's an election in this city or county. And since we're in the middle of one right now, a very big one, a county election, we wanted to kind of find out what we needed to know about all of this. And what better person to do that than the Shelby County election administrator. She is Linda Phillips. Linda, can you hear me okay? Well, excellent. I'm glad to have you on the show this evening, and I'm glad you could take a few minutes out. We are in the early election part of this process. And so far, after I don't know if you total Monday's, today's total or not, but where are we at after the first few days of this, number-wise?
Well, we're ahead of 2018, which was the most equivalent election. 2022 wasn't really the same. That was Holy Week. Early voting started in Holy Week, so we didn't open everything until the Monday after Easter.
Okay.
So but so far voting has been ahead of 2018.
So in terms of numbers, did I see something in the vicinity of 30,000 so far?
No, we've had 10,000, a little over 10,000 so far.
Oh, okay. Oh, 10,000 so far. Okay. All
Which is ahead of where we were. So
that's very interesting. And you and I have had conversations about all of this in the past. And a lot of times we talk about the turnout, or in many cases, the lack of turnout. And so this is, when you're looking at numbers this early, it kind of makes you maybe think that the trend could be more positive in this election?
I think it could be, yes. I think there's a lot of interest in this election. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah. So in terms of the voting situation, in terms of the voting booths, or where people can vote now, and when they can, where they have to go once we get past this and into the 5th, walk us through that. Now, right now, you can pretty much vote anywhere, at any polling place. Is that true?
Absolutely. You just need to appear at any early voting location that's open and bring a photo ID issued by the state of Tennessee or the federal government. It doesn't have to be a real ID, and it doesn't even have to be current. It can be expired, but it has to have your picture and your name.
Okay.
And now, if you wait until election day to vote, you only have one correct place to vote. So go to shelbyvote.com and check out, use our district locator, and that'll tell you where your polling place is and what districts you're in.
Shelby.com will give you
shelbyvote.com.
I'm sorry. Shelbyvote.com, excuse me, will give you the exact location as your polling place, where your polling place is and where you need to go, correct?
Yes.
Have we had any issues? I hadn't heard any so far. Have we had any issues in terms of machines, or people having issues understanding anything in terms of information? Have things run pretty smooth up to this point?
It's been very smooth. We've been very pleased. So.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being pleased in terms of this process. There are a lot of people on this ballot, as you said. And I was wondering, when I was looking earlier and I saw that you compared this to 2018, I was wondering why 2018, but you explained it earlier by saying that was probably the most comparable to this election. And I don't know if you can remember, but in terms of, numbers or percentages, I mean, 2018 was a good bit back. But, I mean, do you remember the percentages of what that election yielded in terms of numbers?
Yeah, my recollection is about 11%, which, is low. But, in Shelby County, a lot of elections are really decided in the primary. So I hope that people will come out, because it's an important election.
It is an important election, and what you just said was very. I don't want to pass that up. What you just said in terms of the numbers, in terms of the history, is that these elections are decided in the primaries because and these early voting because of the fact that people just don't go vote on election day. And I don't know, you're not a soothsayer or a mind reader, but what is there about the city and the county around here that when the actual election day comes, people don't go exercise their right to vote?
Well, people vote when they think their vote makes a difference. And there's enough candidates on the Democratic ballot in most races that their vote is going to make a difference. So I do hope they come out and vote.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think people, for whatever reason, like you say, interest, lack of interest, or whatever, or this "my vote doesn't really matter" kind of thing. I think we're starting to dispel that a little bit. So, really pushing people to go to the polls this week, and they have until Saturday. What is the closing time on Saturday that they have to early vote?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. All right. Well, listen, thank you for updating us on this is a good start so far, what you're saying. And you said there's a lot of interest, and the interest is high. So far, we'll see if that continues, because as you said before, there is a lot on the ballot, and there's a lot at stake here. We hope that the early voting process goes well for you and smooth. And we absolutely hope that Election Day, May 5th, goes smooth as well. And I want to thank you for taking the time to come on my show tonight. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Linda Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to these elections, she's running the show. And she said to us that this election so far is matching numbers of 2018. Meaning that about 10,000 people have gone to vote. Congratulations. I only smack you around when you need it, and you don't need it this time. You're doing well. It's Monday, 10,000 people. And as she said, a lot of these elections and a lot of these races will be decided now. During early voting. So if that doesn't encourage you to get out and take a few minutes to go vote, it's easy. You can go to any of the polling places that are open. You don't have to have, you don't have to go to anything place specific. She said you have to have an ID with a picture ID and everything on to make sure that you're legal and you can get in there all right. So we hope that this trend continues, and we hope that you understand and continue to understand that whether you think so or not, your vote actually matters, okay? So go out and vote. Let's take one final break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little on the musical side. You've been on the show. You've been with the show since the beginning, right? So you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you will. Stick around. We'll be right back.
If you like Real Talk, here's a way you can get involved. Do you have a show topic idea or suggestion? Want to be considered a guest or have a guest idea? Then send Chip a message on his Real Talk show page and you can be a part of the Real Talk experience. So as he always says, go out and tell somebody. We'll be right back.
Support for WYXR comes from GPAC, presenting trombonist Wycliffe Gordon on Saturday, April 25th at 8 p.m. Tickets and more information at gpacweb.com. Church Health's Memphis plan provides coverage for individuals who live in Tennessee, work 20 hours a week, and make less than $31,300 a year who don't have current health insurance. You can call 901-272-PLAN to learn more about enrollment.
Support for WYXR comes from Grind City Amphitheater, announcing Wilco on Tuesday, July 7th. Tickets and more information can be found at grindcityamp.com.
Whether it's a clunker or a classic, your car can keep Memphis grooving. Free pickup, tax deductible, and all for WYXR. Donate your vehicle at cars.wyxr.org.
Get Real Talk on the TuneIn mobile app under WYXR, and he's now streaming live on Facebook. And you can also catch a rebroadcast on YouTube. Just put WYXR in the search box and hit subscribe. Now back to more Real Talk with Chip Washington.
And welcome back to Real Talk Memphis on this Monday evening. Chip with you, and for a lot of us who have only dreamed of being a musical star and having a voice that people would want to listen to, yeah, I put myself in that category. It's a treat to have my next guest here. He is a local Memphian, and we are proud of him. And he's also a barber, so he can give you that nice chop up, clean fade, and everything else. Look at him. Please welcome KJ Willis to the show. KJ was a contestant on the national music show The Voice, and he joins me now. KJ, it's good to see you. Welcome to the show, man.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me on today.
Well, listen, this is a big deal. You're making Memphis proud. There's a lot of talent in this city of Memphis. We know that. A lot of wonderful voices. and somehow, some way, your voice got picked to be on one of the biggest national music programs there is. Walk us through how you began your journey on The Voice.
To be very honest with you, man, I was just working. I was being consistent and making sure that I was on my grind. I was singing in different clubs around the city. I was traveling to different places and doing a lot of different things. And then one of the people from the show reached out to me on my social media platform. And asked me did I want to audition for the show. It was actually a blessing, man. It was something I wasn't really even looking for, and it just kind of fell in my lap.
Well, that's God. That's how God does.
That's God, absolutely.
And
that's how God works.
Man, absolutely that. Now, I know that your dad is a pastor here in town, and so you grew up in the church, and I'm sure you grew up singing in the church, I would imagine. And it's just interesting what you just said about them finding you. I guess they're always looking for really, really good talent, but I say really, really good talent because you just can't make those shows like that if you don't have a little something to offer. So when you first now, how far in terms, I don't know, the rounds or whatever, however they do what they do, how far did you get in the process while you were on that show?
So this season was a little bit different. It's called Battle of the Champions. So the rounds were slightly different. I went all the way to what was the semifinal round.
Oh wow!
Which was it was only 2 episodes left. It was the last episode was the finale episode. So I went all the way until the finale episode.
Wow, that's a big deal. And whose team were you on this year?
John Legend. We were on Team Legend this year.
Oh man, I gotta,
absolutely.
I gotta. I mean, and I did watch an episode, and I heard you. I think the first time you were on there when your parents were there, and then you were singing or whatever. And what was the song that you were singing? Was it a Stevie? I can't remember
the first song was a Bobby Bobby Brown. It was Roni.
Oh, that's right. It was. That's right. It was Roni. Yeah, I heard you. I saw you. And I don't know. Did all 3 of them flip around? Or at least 2 of them that flipped around.
So we got 2 chairs on our turn on our blind audition. We got a 2-chair turn.
You got a 2-chair turn. So after you did that, because they were like, man, this guy here can blow. So what made you decide in the process of choosing, I guess, one of the coaches to be your mentor in this process? Why John Legend?
John made me feel like home. You know, Memphis. One thing about Memphis is we don't meet too many strangers, but we real quick to be able to tell you who we vibe with and
yes, true.
What works well with us.
Yeah.
And when John talked to me, man, he gave me what I needed to know that he could handle my gospel roots and this Memphis soul, and we could get down the road with it. You know.
You know, saying that too, and gospel is a big deal here, and singing in church is a big deal. How early did you know, KJ, that you actually had a bit of talent, that you could maybe do something with this? Because as you said, you know, you were doing your thing, you were singing in clubs, you were doing this, people were checking you out. At what point did you think, you know what, this might be something that I might want to take to another level?
Yeah, I make you laugh, man. I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I was at church, and I wanted to sing in a choir, and they would not let me sing with the grown choir, like the mass choir.
What?
They told me I had to sing with the children's choir.
Okay.
And I refused. Okay. I told them I did not want to sing those kids' songs. So I ended up singing with the male chorus, and they started giving me solos and everything. It was crazy. So I was probably like 7 years old when I figured I'm different than most other kids.
Man, you are not kidding me. I mean, you know, you started out there. That sound like that movie that coming out in a couple of days. A name for a fella by the name of Michael. You know, starting out young, and having that kind of voice and having that kind of thing. So. You know, when you and I tell, like I said, I know you're a barber and you're the singing barber. Do you sing in the shop when you're doing your thing? Do you hit a tune
all
every
the
now
time?
And then? Oh, you blowing up? Oh, you blowing up even in the barbershop, huh?
All the time. My clients are used to coming in. I'm either watching my favorite TV show, which is the Steve Harvey Morning Show,
yes,
or
sir.
I'm either I'll either be singing. So they're so used to coming in and it's some kind of music playing, it's something going on. But they're always used to getting a song, man. Somewhere in there, I'm gonna start humming something and singing something.
Well, this is the kind of thing I think that inspires a lot of people. There are a lot of folks out there who think they have talent, they have a dream, they have a desire, they have a goal that they want to reach. And when you see someone from your hometown, from your home city, one of your homeboys, homegirls out here who sees you reach the pinnacle of the semifinals of The Voice on this national program, that's pretty inspiring. Do you understand that you now are in a certain place now, and people are looking up at you saying, look, if KJ could do it, what about us? I mean, is there some inspirational aspect of singing now that you have reached this level?
Absolutely. I've always tried to be very careful of what I do and how I do it. But I'm watching everything now, even with a finer tooth comb. I'm paying attention to everything that I do. Because I'm a role model. I you're working sometimes and you're pushing and you're not really watching or paying attention to who's watching you. But this time was different. We got a national platform. We were all over the world, and to inspire my city, I wanted to make sure that I walked the fine line as best as I could, but also let them know that, man, doesn't matter where you're from. Especially Memphis, you have the opportunity to take that talent and get all the way out there, and somebody's looking for you. You know what I mean? That's super major.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, you're still doing your thing. Do you have aspirations in terms of now you've done this, you reached the pinnacle now? Like you said, you've been all over the world. People have seen you everywhere. They know who you are. Yeah. Has the phone been ringing nonstop? Because it seems to me, with the talent that you possess, gigs wouldn't be a hard thing to get. And we can see you. You know what I want for you is for your hometown, you to be a part of some big show here in the city, right down the street at the Forum, FedEx Forum down here, where you're performing in front of your hometown folks. How big a deal would that be for you?
That's a super deal, man. I got a chance. I used to tour with Babyface. I used to sing background for Babyface.
Okay.
And I got a chance to come to the Lander Center a few times, and everybody see me sing and all that good stuff. But I've never done it on my own name, and I've never done it at the FedEx Forum. So that would be absolutely big for me for them to see me at the FedEx Forum by myself.
So I'm just wondering now that this adventure has come to an end for you, how many folks are out there, hitting you up, hitting your publishing folks up, or whoever that supports you up there, they're saying, hey, we need to get this guy in concert. Because I honestly think you're about to be very, very busy, young man, and you probably will be doing less clippings and more song performances, in town, man. Is that something you can envision? Has it started to happen? Is the phone starting to ring yet for you, man? Because let me tell you,
buzzing.
You can blow, man. I saw you, and a whole bunch of us saw you. You can go. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
It's been a busy month, even with the show. The show is just ending, and things have kind of gotten busy, and the phone is absolutely buzzing. But I'm staying true to what I've always done and who I've always been. And if it's a God opportunity, we gone. As long as it's a God opportunity, we out of there.
Man, listen, we are very proud of you, seriously, and I know from the school you came from, it's got to be God or it's got to be nothing, and we wish you nothing but the greatest success, and you're gonna be another proud native son that's gonna make this city even greater. But thank you, man, for your talent. Thank you for coming on the show tonight and talking with me. And man, we look for big things. I'm looking for big things. And listen, when I reach out to when you hit the stage and you doing the headline thing, and I make a phone call, don't act like you don't know who I am now, because I'm gonna find you.
I got you. When you reach out, I have some tickets for you. We always make it work.
Absolutely, my friend. KJ Willis, man, congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again, man.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was good. Wasn't that good, Lulu? Lulu's kind of quiet tonight, but it was good. He's good, right? He's good. So, and it's great to have that kind of homegrown talent here. We have a lot of it here. We tell you about that all the time. So really proud of him. Really, really proud of him. That wraps up the show this evening, this version of the show. Now, next, and I'm going to tell you something. I had a chance to spend about half the show last week with a man whose show is next on this fine radio station. His name is Brent Butler, ladies and gentlemen, and he is the host of Event Horizon. He's dropping stuff.
Hello, Chip.
Over here, man. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to be here.
I had some fun with you last week, listening to some of the songs, and a couple of them I kind of got a little groove in. So you hooked the old dude. I was
great to hear.
I was impressed, man. Yeah, I was impressed. And
happy to hear it.
So you're on here in just another couple of minutes. And do you have a particular mood swing set that you're into tonight, or you how you feeling about things?
I kind of made this last minute. There wasn't really a mood in mind, so we're going to hear a lot of stuff I was listening to heavily around the year 2020, 2021. Mostly rap, but I'll throw in some surprises. I will, shake the listener up a little bit towards the second half.
Yeah.
Here and there.
That's your shake-up time. That second half,
exactly.
That's when you start twisting the knob a little bit tighter on the show.
Once they get comfortable.
That's right, man. Get comfortable, and then he hits you with the big shot. Now, Lulu, who is producing things around here these days, has her own show. And can we? Is that mic on? Can we? I just want Lulu. Tell us about your show, which is on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9.
9, yes.
I'm not even up at 8 o'clock on Saturday, Mike.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. But there's always the archive.
Okay. Wow. So anyway, what's the name of the show?
My show's name is Cake Effects.
Okay.
And I play had a birthday that week.
Everybody.
Yes. Or it's off of an album that was released that week.
Okay, so when my birthday gets here, and we know I don't sing,
I'll play your theme song.
I was gonna say, is there a dedication coming on that week? Is there something happening here? Okay, so I appreciate it. So it's called the Cake Effects.
Yes.
It's the Cake Effect.
Yes, spelled Cake, EFFEXX.
EXX, original. She's smart. So anyway, so I have two folks in here that have radio shows that play music. So it's even more of a reason that you should tune in to WYXR. But for the immediacy of this, in about a minute, as Brent plays us out, he will be coming up next with his show. Very smooth, by the way. I promise you, when I said last week during the Pledge Week, I was listening. There was a couple of things he played in there. I was like, oh, no, he didn't. I was grooving. So good job on that, Brent. Appreciate that. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of this show. It was a good show tonight. But in the meantime, in between time, thank you to my guest, as always, for the valuable information that we learned this evening. And, of course, I ask you, of course, if you like what we do here at Real Talk Memphis, go out and tell somebody. And we look forward to having you join our little family again next week. So for all of us here at Real Talk Memphis, for Lulu, for Brent, who's up in just a minute with Event Horizon, and for me, thank you, Memphis, for being a part of what we do each and every week. And until next time, we are out. Have a great week.